You're listening to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance, Protecting Texas Churches. The show that gives pastors and church leaders the clarity they need to protect their people, property, and ministry.
Welcome back to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance, Protecting Texas Churches. I'm your host, Ron Wadley with Insurance for Texans. We help church leaders protect their people and property with wisdom and clarity. Today, we start the deep dive into step 3 of our framework, What You Need. Stewardship means preparing wisely for the future, not just hoping things work out. Jesus taught us to count the cost before we build. This section is about building that kind of wisdom into your church's coverage. Knowing where you are gives you clarity. Knowing where you are headed gives you vision. Putting those together shows you exactly what protection your ministry needs to stay safe, stable, and standing. At the highest level, church insurance has 4 simple purposes. Number 1 is to protect the building and what is inside it. 2 is to protect the people who lead and serve. 3 is to protect against unexpected events that could stop your ministry. And 4th, protect your ability to keep going when things go wrong. When you plan ahead with wisdom, your church can weather any storm and keep fulfilling its mission. From there, the details matter. Different types of coverage exist for different risks. Not all of them are obvious until you have lived through the problem they are designed to solve. Now let's get specific. There are 12 types of coverage every Texas church should consider. The 5 phases of a church's life cycle are a helpful guide, but coverage needs do not always follow them exactly. Some risks show up early. A church in the mobile phase may need abuse coverage if it is already hosting children's programs, even without a permanent location. Always base coverage decisions on current ministry activity, not just phase. I will explain each type of coverage in plain language as if we were sitting across the table. If you have ever looked at your policy and wondered, are we actually covered for the stuff that matters? You are not alone. Most churches do not realize what they are missing until it is too late. Today, we are talking about the first of the 12 types of insurance coverage every church should seriously consider. Property insurance is vital to your ministry if you own the building. Your building is more than a structure. It is the place where your ministry gathers, serves, and worships. Property insurance protects everything tied to that mission. It covers your sanctuary, classrooms, fellowship hall, signage, technology, furniture, and more. When fire, hail, wind, or vandalism strikes, this coverage helps your church recover quickly. Premiums across Texas have surged since 2023. Churches with no claims history have seen increases from $12,500 to $73,000 or more. This rise comes from billion-dollar weather events, aging facilities, inflation in construction costs, and stricter underwriting. Insurers now inspect older roofs, building materials, and safety measures more closely. Preparation is essential. Here are 7 things that you should check now to make sure your building is properly insured. 1. Confirm your policy pays replacement cost instead of depreciated value. 2. Consider adding business personal property coverage to repair or replace the contents that can be damaged during claim scenarios so that you don't have to start over. 3. Learn about tenants' improvements and betterments as a way to protect any remodeling or finish out work that you have done when you are leasing space. 4. Review your wind and hail deductible. Many policies use a percentage of the insured value. For example, 2% of $5 million is $100,000. 5. Verify your roof schedule and materials, especially if you have replaced or upgraded your roof recently. 6. Add business income and extra expense coverage to cover the cost of renting temporary worship space and keeping programs running. And 7. Prepare for inspections and underwriting reviews on buildings over 50 years old to avoid unexpected non-renewals. Property insurance is the foundation of your protection plan. A well-structured policy gives your church the ability to keep meeting, serving, and rebuilding after a major loss. If you would like us to review your church's property policy, connect with our church insurance team at insurancefortexans.com and get the full breakdown of these property essentials in our book, The Promise of Certainty, at thepromiseofcertainty.com. I'm Ron Wadley, and this has been Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance Protecting Texas Churches. Until next time, remember, your church is too important to leave to chance.
Thanks for listening to Faith, Stewardship, and Insurance. Until next time, remember, insurance isn't just about policies. It's about safeguarding the mission God has called you to lead.